everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing great. Let's solve today's Leetcode problem 1266 minimum time visiting all points. Okay. On a 2D plane, there are n points with integer coordinates. Points of I is equal to xi comma yi. Return the minimum time in seconds to visit all points in the order given by the points. Okay. This is very important. We have to visit all the points in the given order itself. Okay, you can move according to these rules. Okay, there is certain restriction in which we can move. 1 second you can, in 1 second you can either move vertically by 1 unit, move horizontally by 1 unit, or move diagonally by 1 unit. Okay, so in 1 second you can take this movement, or you can take this movement, or you can take this movement. Okay, any of these movements will always take 1 second. Okay, let's go to escalate. So let's say this is my initial point. Okay, and I have to reach, let's say, 3 comma 4. Okay, so in order to reach any given point from this point, okay, what is the best way we can reach? Idea is to choose the shortest path. Okay, so the shortest path will always comes if you take the diagonal path. Okay, let's say 4 comma 4 is the destination point which I have to reach from 1 comma 1. Okay, so how can you reach 4 comma 4? What are all possible paths? One path is to go from 1 to 1 till 4 comma 1 and then to 4 comma 4. This would take a distance of 6, which will again take a time of 6 seconds. And either you can choose one direction in the x and 3 units in y axis, and then followed by 2 units. Okay, this will also take 6 seconds. If you take any other possible path, it would mostly take 6 seconds, but only the shortest path would come from the diagonal path, which is 3 units, and the time taken will be 3 seconds. Okay, so if you keenly observe, time taken to reach any one of these points will always be same as time taken to reach this one. Okay, so the shortest time will always remain same. Okay, if you take this point, idea is to go the maximum distance you can travel in the diagonal. Okay, let's say I have taken this unit in the diagonal path, which is 1, and then I followed by 2 units, which will be 3. Again, if I have to reach here, I can take 2 units in the diagonal path and 1 unit in the y direction, which will be 3 seconds. And if I have to reach here, 3 seconds will be still the time taken to reach this. So any of these points, in order to reach any of these destination points, time taken will always be 3 seconds. Okay, so how can you derive it mathematically? Okay, so mathematically, if you take the difference between x coordinates and the difference between the y coordinates, okay, so whatever will turn out to the maximum, that will be the minimum time reach will be taken to reach any of these points. Okay, let's take an example. 1 minus 1, which is 0, 4 minus 1, which is 3. So the maximum of 0 comma 3 will be 3. So the time taken to reach from here to here will be 3 seconds. Okay, let's take this as an example. 2 comma 4 and 1 comma 1. The difference between 2 and 1 is 1, and 4 and 1 is also 3. So 1 comma 3, what is the maximum of 1 and 3? 3. So then time taken will be 3. And what will be the path which I will be take? 1 in the diagonal and 2 in the vertical. We are not interested in the path which we actually take. We are only interested in the time taken. Okay, and similarly, in order to reach any of these points, again the time taken will always be the same, which will be 3 seconds. Okay, the same formula again, you have to take the maximum difference of x and difference of y. So let's me go through the algorithm which I have implemented. So I have defined a variable called int answer, which is 0, and I have to travel through all the points. I have to visit all the points in the given order. That means I have to first visit 1 comma 1, 3 comma 4 from 1 comma 1, and once I reach 3 comma 4, I have to reach to minus 1 comma 0 from 3 comma 4. That means I have to choose two points in the given order. Okay, so I will be starting from I, from the first index, and I will be identifying the time taken to reach ith index from I minus 1 index. Okay, so the x2 will be the coordinates of ith position, and x1 and y1 will be the coordinates of I minus 1 points, and then I will be simply calculating the difference of these two. Okay, and since I'm calculating the total time, I have to sum up all the times. Okay, so I'm just adding it to answer, and if we try to submit this, you can see all the base test cases were passed. Let's try to submit the problem. As you can see, all the test cases were also passed, and it is pretty efficient solution. So before jumping dive into the time complexity analysis, I highly recommend you to subscribe to my channel, since I will be posting daily Leetcode problems. Okay, so let's analyze the time complexity. As you can see, we are just iterating through all the points, and we are just doing some basic math, the difference, okay, which will always take a constant time, and the overall time complexity will be order of n, where n is the number of points we have. Okay, that's all about this problem. Hit the like button and subscribe button, and do subscribe to my coding channel for more such coding videos. Thank you.